Good evening. I'll call the Thursday, December 18th, regular meeting of the Ascension Parish Council. Tonight, our invocation will be led by Butch Brown, the State Fire Marshal. Our pledge will be by Mayor-elect Barney Arsenault. We're very happy to have you two gentlemen with us tonight. Our colors will be posted by the Color Guard, Santa Monica High School ROTC. Mr. Lane Crochet, Mr. Shane Levins, and Ms. Nico Guglielmo, and Ty Duplessis. Invocation, please, Mr. Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and council members. It's indeed a pleasure to be here. And you know I love Ascension Parish, and your State Fire Marshal's office loves Ascension Parish, so we're certainly here to serve you. If you please bow your heads and join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering these leaders of Ascension Parish. Father, look over these leaders because they work hard every day because they know the job of government is to serve your people. They try hard every day to hear the calling, to provide for the people who aren't capable of coming to these meetings, to provide for those people the quality of life, the security, and the safety that we all deserve. Please put your helping hand on these folks. Help them to make the right decisions. Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather here as a free country. We thank you for the men and women who are serving our country today who will not be able to be with us for the Christmas time, who will not be able to be with their families. Please look over those. Father, we ask that you touch everyone in a special way this season and remind them that the challenges that we have as a country we can't overcome if we keep up the faith, we keep up the commitment, and we keep up the love for our fellow brothers. Father, we ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. Santa Monica Color Guard, please. Mayor Arsenault, would you come forward, please, sir?
Color guard. Hope. Order. Colors. Ready. Cut. Left. Face. Color guard. Carry. Colors. Ready. Cut. Mark time. March. Color guard. Hope. Present. Colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard. Order. Colors. Ready. Cut. Post. Colors. Ready, two. Order. Close. Ready. Cut. Right. Face. Forward. March.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to welcome Mr. Lohr to our meeting tonight. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Roll call, Ms. Suzanne. All present with the exception of Councilman Lambert, Councilman Thompson. I don't have any chair additions. Public comment period. Anyone wish to speak on an item on the agenda, please come forward, sign in with Ms. Suzanne. One announcement, Councilman, on item 7, consent agenda. We will do A, B, C, and F. A, B, C, E, and F, excuse me. D will be pulled out and done by Councilman Benny Johnson. Next is the part of our meetings I really enjoy. We do presentations to people of achievement throughout our parish, and tonight there's none better, none higher than our mayor, Mayor Berthelot. Sir, would you come forward? Paula, come forward, please. Dennis?
Well, tonight is truly an honor for me to stand up here with Mayor Berthelot. I had the pleasure of serving 7 years with him as parish president and 2 years as police juror. I don't think we've ever had an argument. I think we've had a great working relationship. We've got a lot accomplished, not only for the city of Gonzales, but for the parish of Ascension. And we're going to miss him. He calls me a recycled Mexican.
Never said that.
It
sounds good though.
when I won again, so he, I got in and now he's getting out. So it's kind of sad, but we do have Mayor-elect Barney Arsenault, who I've also had a long-term relationship, and I know you're going to continue the good work that Mayor Berthelot has done over the years, and look forward to working with you. But tonight is Mayor Berthelot's night, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm going to read a proclamation here. I got my glass, I hope to do it. But, State of Louisiana Proclamation to proclaim Thursday, December 18th, 2008, Mayor John A. Berthelot Day in Ascension Parish. Mayor Johnny Berthelot began his career in public service as a Gonzales Town Councilman in 1976 before being elected in 1984 as the mayor of the city of Gonzales, and he has faithfully served as mayor unopposed since this time. And his retirement in January will mark the end of a dedicated and outstanding career spanning over 30 years of service. And under his watch, Gonzales has doubled in population, grown from a town into a city, adopted a twin city in Milan, France, and experienced tremendous commercial and retail growth. And he has served in a leadership role in several local service organizations, including executive board member of the Ascension Parish Cancer and Leukemia Society of America and chairman of the Southern Municipal Conference. And his dedication and service to his community has earned him such awards as the Gonzales J.C.'s Outstanding Young Man in 1984, Outstanding Young Men of America 1986, Ascension Parish Chamber of Commerce Man of the Year 1998, and IAAP Executive of the Year 2000. And whereas his contribution, dedication, and service to the residents of Ascension Parish and the city of Gonzales are greatly appreciated and hereby recognized. Now therefore it be proclaimed, I, Tommy Martinez, President, Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, by virtue of the authority vested in me, to hereunto proclaim December 18, 2008, Mayor John A. Berthelot Day in Ascension Parish. And I have all the councilmen's name here. Johnny, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Tommy.
We're sorry you're leaving, but I know we're going to recycle you also.
Thank you. Mayor, It's a pleasure to present you with the key to the parish. Open everything in the town of Gonzales and a few on the outside of town. So it's a pleasure. Congratulations, sir. Good job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Congratulations, Paul.
Well, let me just tell all of you how much I really appreciate y'all thinking about me. I've said this before, I've had a fantastic ride. It's been a great 32 and a half years. I've been blessed all those years. I've always had city councilmen that wanted to do the right thing, and that's why we've been successful. And I want to applaud not only you, Mr. Martinez, but this parish council for the job that y'all doing. I think that the people of Ascension Parish are blessed with the time that y'all given to serve in public office. I know you have to give up things with your family. I know what I had to give up, but you're doing it, and you're doing a fantastic job. And I just want to thank y'all for thinking about me. And I do tell people all the time how proud I am to be a resident of this parish. We have one of the best parishes, no doubt, not only in the state of Louisiana, but in the South. And I'm glad to be a resident here, and can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all thinking about me. God bless you. I promise not to use this picture.
Here against this wall, it'll help me get all the, right there, if you'll line up, just right here in front of the bench.
We've lined up before. We know what.
I mean, y'all know this, come on, you'll know the drill here. This is, make sure I see everyone's face. See everybody. Oh, with this little screen. Okay, one more screen. It's not me, it's the camera. Okay, thank you.
You tell me now, you left the big one loud.
I could, yeah, I don't.
Okay, we'll move on to item 6, Parish President's Report. President Martinez.
First of all, let me just say happy holidays to all of you and to the citizens of Ascension Parish. Been a good year. Enjoyed working with you, and I hope you and your families have a safe and fruitful holiday. First thing, this is not on the agenda, but there's no action that needs to be taken. But I want to take this opportunity. Mr. Miles Holly came to my office and had a great idea. He wanted to do an extreme makeover for a family in Ascension Parish on a car. I know you see the TV show with Extreme Makeover, Home Edition, and whatever. And I think it's a wonderful idea. And told him I would support him in the idea, and like him to come forward and maybe tell the council a little bit about it. Pull the microphone.
Thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate that very much. Mr. Pat Bell, thank you for your guidance and assistance on this. Folks, we just want to get the word out. We want to let people know, and we kind of think one of the best ways is people like yourselves know families that are in need and deserving of a vehicle that might be a little more dependable and a little safer and a little nicer looking. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some applications over the course of the next 5 or 6 weeks, and towards the end of January we're going to select a family based on certain criteria that and take that vehicle and do a makeover on it and make it better, make it safer, make it more dependable. And it's a way of giving back. Ascension Parish has been wonderful to our business and our family, and we want to take this opportunity to give back. And that's really what it boils down to. And there's been some wonderful people that have offered their assistance. So we look forward to doing this for a family that's deserving and will enjoy doing it. So we've got some flyers. We're going to just ask that y'all let people know about this. We're doing our best to promote it any way that we can, and look forward to helping out a needy family. That's our goal.
Miles, we certainly appreciate what you're doing. When you came to us about a month ago, unbelievable. I know you put a lot of effort into it, and we thank you for being a top citizen of our parish. This is great. This is absolutely great. We could get immediate coverage tonight with our two illustrious newspaper people right here, and I've got you set up. You'll be going on TV and so forth with this endeavor.
Mr. Bell, really, really appreciate it. Thank y'all very, very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mom.
Appreciate it.
And next, we had the Highway Priority Program meeting in Baton Rouge. I'm going to let Mr. Grant report on that. We're making some other headways with DOTD. I talked to Mr. Nelson about the grass cutting. I think we're going to be able to work something out there. We're also looking at possibility of making some swaps from parish roads and with state roads about the same miles. One of them is Joe Severio Road. We want to Joe Severio Road and Roddy Road come together, and part of it's state, part of it's parish, and that's one of the roads that we definitely need to improve and widen, and that would become a main artery. So I'm in negotiations and talks. I'll bring it to you once we have some options for you. But Cedric, with that, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Members of the council, what I want to report to you about tonight is our appearance last week at the public hearings for the Highway Priority Program in front of the Joint Transportation Committee of the legislature. I was joined at that meeting and at the table, which was, quite honestly, I've done a lot of those hearings, and it's the first time I've ever seen a local representative sit at the table with his state representatives. Our state delegation stepped up. They were sitting at the table with us. We were on the same page. We offered the same priorities, and it worked. What I am here to report to you tonight is that all of the priorities of Ascension Parish are in the State Highway Priority Program for the first time that we can ever remember. Wow. In addition to that, what we have is 12 projects in the State Priority Program, and 5 of those projects will start next year at an estimated value of $21.9 million. So we've come together, consensus works, we pulled everyone together, and what you will see happening next year is mill and overlay projects on 934, the Amy River Relief Bridge on Highway 42, an overlay project on LA 429, and the largest project, LA 73, will begin next year. The rest of the projects are in planning. They're on track, and we've got them prioritized in such a way that work will continue in the coming years, and they will rise in the priority as we go through the program. But we have made excellent progress with the State Department of Transportation and the legislature and the MPO, which allows this to transpire. And trust me, I've been to a lot of these hearings, and very rarely have I seen this amount of work come out in 1 year. So it's very good news.
Cedric, we appreciate your efforts representing the parish. You've done a dynamic job. We really appreciate it. Thank you. President?
That's just about it, and I will continue to press for Highway 42. I will tell you, we are hitting not only DOTD, but our congressional delegation also. I met with Senator Vitta's office this week, and also stressed that 42 was certainly a priority to Ascension Parish, and it should be to the state and federal government also. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Next item will be our consent agenda. We will do A, B, C, E, and F.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Chris Lower. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Item D, Personnel Committee.
Thank you,
Chairman
Mr.
Benny
Chairman.
Johnson.
Excuse
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Personnel Committee met and would like to make some appointments to a couple of boards. The first one being Fire Protection District Number 1. The committee nominates Mr. Brent Smith for a reappointment to that board.
So moved, Chairman. Second.
Moved by Councilman Valentine, second by, I didn't see the second, Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Second member for reappointment, Mr. Charles A. Bear.
So moved, Mr.
Moved
Chairman.
by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Next board is Zoning Board of Adjustments and Appeals. We have 3 openings on that. The first person we'd like to nominate is Mr. Adrian Conish.
So moved, Mr.
Moved
Chairman.
by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
The next appointee would be Mr. Ty LeGlue.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Valentine, second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
The next one would be Mr. William Lee.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Councilman Dennis Cullen, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
That concludes our report, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so thank you. Moving to our general business section of the agenda, item 8, purchasing matter, Mr. George Rodille.
Good evening, Council, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. I have several items up to approve tonight. For the sake of time, I will tell you that all of them were received on December the 3rd. The first item, oil and grease, the bids were received from Marcella Distributors, Tebow Oil Company, and Roland J. Robert Distributor. The Purchase Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from Marcella Distributors, Tebow Oil Company.
So moved.
Councilman Benny Johnson offers a motion, second by Councilman Ken Shakespeare. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
The next item is bridge material. A bid was received from MCM Lumber Company and Bayou Forest Products Incorporated. After review, the Purchase Department and Public Works Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from MCM Lumber Company.
So moved. Second.
Councilman Valentine offers a motion, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Next item is a 30-pound riprap. Bid received was from Coastal Bridge Company. The Purchase Department and Public Works Department recommend accepting the lowest qualifying bid from Coastal Bridge.
So make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Kluart, second by Councilman Lohr. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
The next item is wash gravel. The bids were received from South Louisiana Fill Materials, LLC, and Nonstop, LLC. The Purchase Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from South Louisiana Fill Materials, LLC.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman
Second.
Johnson, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Next item is CRS 2 Asphalt Emulsion. The bid received from Asphalt Products Unlimited Incorporated. After review, the Purchasing Department and Public Works Department recommends accepting this lowest qualifying bid from Asphalt Products Unlimited.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Benny Johnson. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Next item is River Silt. One bid was received from South Louisiana Fill Material, LLC. After review, the Purchase Department, Drainage Department, and Public Works Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from South Louisiana Fill.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Kluart, second by Councilman Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Next item is Limestone Grade 89. The bids were received from Coastal Bridge, LLC, and Bear Industries, Incorporated. After review, the Purchasing Department and Public Works Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from Bear Industries, Incorporated.
So moved, Mr.
Moved
Chairman.
by Councilman Todd Lambert,
Second.
second by Councilman Benny Johnson. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
And the last one is Limestone Grade 610. Bids were received from Coastal Bridge Company, LLC, Bear Industries, Incorporated, and Vulcan Materials Company. After review, the Purchase Department and Public Works Department recommends accepting the lowest qualifying bid from Vulcan Materials
I'll make
Company.
that motion.
Motion by Councilman Kluart, second by Councilman Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George. Next, we have item 9. President Martinez.
Yes, District Attorney-elect, Mr. Ricky Babin is here. I will let him ask him to come to the podium and discuss this item.
Different position from me in front of this council. But how y'all doing? Mr. Parish President, Mr. Chairman, members of the council, thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today. Join with the previous speakers in wishing you all a very Merry Christmas for yourself and your family. The Gonzales office of the District Attorney's Office of the 23rd Judicial District is the biggest office that we have. It houses approximately 25 personnel. It's got 3 lawyers' offices in it, 2 lawyers there full-time, and it also has an office that one of our felony prosecutors uses, floating from parish to parish. It is the biggest. It houses the most number of our employees. The current office is inadequate, and this parish has been gracious enough to fund that office for several years, and quite frankly, we was asking for a move. So we're here today for you to ask for an increase in the rent amount so that we can make that move. I've outlined in a letter to you the reasons for the move, including the bathroom facilities, security issues, parking, and the bathroom issues may seem to be insignificant to you, but we do thousands of drug tests in our office each year. We do them for the courts, we do them for our pretrial intervention, for our narcotics diversion, and we even do some for various other agencies. So those facilities, how they're set up is critical to our operation. So I've outlined all the reasons for you for that, and appreciate your consideration. Mr. Parish President, thank you for your cooperation in this, and thank you for all you've done for the District Attorney's Office, and look forward to working with all you guys. And by the way, don't charge this one to me. I'm an assistant district attorney. This is Anthony Falterman is still the district attorney. So if I come before you again, don't say, well, you just came here. No, sir. I came here on behalf of I'm just kidding. Thank you so much.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Lohr. Any discussion? Any objection? Next we have Planning Director, Mr. Ricky Compton, please. This first item, or the first 2 will be to accept or deny.
To amend the Ascension Parish Development Code, Section 17112, map of zoning districts, add overlay zones.
Motion to accept.
Motion to accept by Councilman Lohr, second. I didn't hear the second. Second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection?
Could Rick,
Any
please,
discussion?
for the benefit
Kent,
of
go
people,
ahead.
Ricky, could you explain what this is?
What this is cleaning up a section of the code, because today, if a piece of property is divided by the zoning line by greater than 51%, then the zoning that 51% is carries for the whole tract of land. Well, if that property is then subdivided, the thought is, well, because it was 51%, then that perhaps a higher intensity zoning category carries to that subdivided piece of land. That wasn't the intent of the language, so we're just cleaning up the language to say, when you've subdivided the land, whatever the underlying zoning district is, that's what it's going to carry. It's not going to carry that previous 51% rule.
Any more discussion? Any objection? Motion carries.
Item 11, to create an MU2 zoning designation, to accept or deny.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Benny Johnson, second by Councilman Kent Shakespeare. Any discussion? Councilman Lohr.
I just wanted to thank Mr. Compton and the zoning commission for their work in creating this. I think this MU2 is really will fill a hole that we have had in our zoning, and I'm excited to see that this is happening. I think the office buildings and the type of things that will be permitted under this really will help Ascension Parish grow the way it needs to.
Any more discussion? Councilman Shakespeare.
I'd just like to get you to tell the people the difference in mixed use and mixed use too.
Okay, I'm going to read what we had typed up.
Why are we doing this?
When we look at rezones, today we're pretty limited. We have mixed use, we have crossroads commercial, transitional, and industrial. And it was our thought that if we create a category, we're going to call it MU2, and we're going to create a smaller scale, residential scale commercial category. And the language that we've drafted says, the district is characterized by the allowance of limited commercial, retail, and service establishments in areas where the surrounding neighborhood is predominantly residential and the character and operation of which are compatible with the character of the surrounding area. We want the commercial to be allowed, but we want it to match the character of the surrounding residential.
Any more discussion?
That's good.
Any objection? Motion carries. Next two items are review only.
Zoning Review ID 1954.08 A-1 Robert Thibodeau property for Time and Regina Harp, located on the east side of LA Highway 73, approximately 1,500 feet north of LA Highway 621, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to mixed-use 2. For review only.
Mr. Chairman, you skipped to the back.
I'm sorry, Mr. Compton, I screwed you up. I skipped 12.
Oh, we sure did, didn't we?
What you did was 13. It is
Okay.
review only, but let's go back to 12.
12, introduction of an ordinance to amend the Ascension Parish subdivision regulations, section 20.501.
A motion to introduce,
Motion by
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kluart. In discussion. Any objection? Ordinance introduced. Go back to 13. And I
13.
got bifocals on too. I'm sorry.
We read 13.
Zoning Review ID 1954.08 A1 Robert Thibodeau property for Time and Regina Harp, located on the east side of LA Highway 73, approximately 1,500 feet north of LA Highway 621, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to mixed-use 2, for review only.
Okay, sir.
Item 14, Zoning Review ID 1955.08, Tract B1A2B2 of the J. Krause LLC property for Benjamin Valentine, located on the east side of Airline Highway, approximately 1,700 feet south of Cannon Road, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to mixed use, for review only.
Okay, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question on number 12. We introduced the ordinance and we're going to be calling for a public hearing. What will be the date of that public hearing?
We will do that. We've got to do it 2 weeks, right? Our next meeting. We'll do that Donaldsonville meeting.
That will be our first meeting.
That's correct. In January.
January the 8th.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Compton. Introduction of ordinances. Council Lindsay Manda, please.
Number 15, introduction of an ordinance to revise selected job descriptions in the Personnel Policy Manual.
Motion to introduce.
Motion to introduce, Councilman Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman Benny Johnson. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance introduced. Item 16, please.
Introduction of an ordinance to accept a new compensation plan for Ascension Parish employees.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman George Valentine, second by Councilman Benny Johnson. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance introduced. Councilman, before we get to Councilman Lambert's item, Ms. Sherry, would you stand up, please, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. I'd like for you and tell a little bit about your crew. We want to give you the utmost thanks for all the work you did on our parish float. I know you put a lot of hard effort into it. I heard you talking for 3 or 4 weeks. I know you had a staff with you. We appreciate y'all.
We did. The technology department was really great. The theme was the 12 days of Christmas, and for those of you that were there, we had 12 months of service, 11 council members, 10 major highways, 9 plantations, 8 major waterways, 7 track hose of digging, 6 grade high schools, 5 veterans groups, 4 major festivals, 3 growing cities, 2 sides of the river, and Tommy Martin as this parish president. We really thought we would win a ribbon, but our float did not place. But we had a wonderful time.
Some hanky-panky there?
I told her not. I told her not to put those pictures on.
The 11 council members' picture is hanging in the White House as a holiday decoration. But I did have a lot of help, and some of the ladies are back here. Kim Bro was really helpful. Kim Lynn and Kim Freelou were there. But technology really should be the ones to get most of the credit, because after we took the pictures, they made them large enough to go on the float. So it was a nice float, but next year we need some wooden sides to the float, so we have something
We're
to
going to take
mount
care
it.
of that.
But for those of you that did ride, thank you. It was a wonderful parade, and we had a great time. Thank you.
Thank all of y'all. Thank you very much.
Motion adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks.
All right, Councilman Lambert,
Second by Cullen.
second by Dennis Cullen.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas, everybody.